Um, Good morning. So, it's not the morning here. It's 1 p.m. I just woke up. Anyway, long story. Listen, I've predicted that this was going to be the outcome. I've predicted it. There was no way this woman, first of all, there's no way this woman would not have jumped on the opportunity to represent herself. But there's also no way that the judge and the court system and all the professionals are going to sit there and let themselves be abused. So they know better, and they know with her representing herself, it's just going to be a quick way to just get rid of her, right? And so let's talk about this. And I have to say something. You know, a big thank you to everybody and all of you guys who really are keeping me up to date with this crazy mess. Because, like I say, I'm only one man. I'm not a journalist, and I have full-time jobs already. So I appreciate you more than you know. You have no idea. But speaking of being appreciative, before we start, please consider dropping me a like. Subscribe if you haven't done so. It helps with the algorithm. And if you wanted to do more than that, you have options in the description below. So pick the option that fits you best. And of course, as always, for those who are new here, I'm Alistair Hanzekyo, and this is just my point of view. Let's go with the document. Wow, Sarah, good luck. So the judge just entered an order. Let's go through it. State of Florida, plaintiff versus Sarah Boone, defendant. This cause came before the court on June 28, 2024, on defense counsel Patricia A. Cashman's Esquire motion to withdraw as counsel, filed June 11 of 2024. The court, having reviewed the motion, having reviewed the court file, having reviewed the audio transcript from various hearings, having considered the position offered by counsel Patricia A. Cashman, Esquire, having considered the testimony offered by defendant Sarah Boone, and having considered the position offered by counsel for state, hereby finds. I know there's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo, but it's just from what I can understand. Look, I'm not a lawyer, right? I'm just a guy. But long story short, the order starts by saying, okay, we hear you. We went through all the details, all the court proceedings, all of your difficulty. And you know what? We're not going to subject our professionals to being scrutinized and abused. No. That's not what the justice system is for, right? In other words, this is what's saying. So we hear everything, we see everything, we understand everything. So let's proceed. What are the charges? On March 23rd, 2020, by way of information, the defendant was charged with second-degree murder. Okay? Procedural history. Listen. This is why, you know, you criminals, you think you're dealing with people who are dumber than you. You're idiots. Look how well and systematic this is already formatted. On February 26, 2020, the Office of the Public Defender, 9th Judicial Circuit in and for Orange County, Florida, the public defender and attorney number 1 was appointed to represent defendant. On March 9th, 2020, the public defender moved to withdraw due to defendant retaining private counsel with Mauricio Padilla, Esquire, and the Padilla Law Group, Padilla and attorney number 2. That's the private lawyer that she hired. Can I even go to the you know what? I'm going to try in the editing to show you what he said, because I had to go back. But long story short, she didn't pay that lawyer, and that lawyer is not releasing the information, from what I understood. And rightfully so. Nobody works for free. I am not giving. No, I work for that. This is not for free. That's the lawyer she's complaining about, like, I can't get my information. Why won't release my information? Look, this was not a court-appointed lawyer. This was a private lawyer. They were there laying out the chronological timeline of this. Oof, this letter makes me uncomfortable. I'm not even the defendant. I was so tired yesterday. You don't understand. Anyway. On April 18, Focus. On April 18, 2022, Padilla moved to withdraw due to irreconcilable differences arising between undersigned and the defendant that have made it impossible for undersigned to effectively present his client. As always, it is difficult to convey all particulars to the court and at the same time maintain all duties to the client. This motion was served upon the defendant, and the defendant confirmed receipt. See letter dated April 20, 2022 and filed on April 26, 2022. This last paragraph, and I remember very well, was the private lawyer made a statement. And in that statement, he did not see the video that we all saw. Okay? Once he saw that video, honey, what do you think he did? Ma'am, I don't think this is defensible. I don't know. I mean, I'll be your defense lawyer if you want. Here's my rate. But I don't think what you're looking for is going to happen. Do you understand me? And what do you think she did? What? What are you talking about? That wasn't me. I didn't do it intentionally. What are you talking about? Blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you exactly what happened, okay? I was just like having a good time and I fell asleep. I didn't know what's going on, right? Like, can you just tell them that? And the lawyer was like, I don't know. I don't think so. You know, you could just grab your stuff. Here's my rate. You know, goodbye. He's a private lawyer. He did not put up with stuff like the public defenders do. Okay? For future criminals. Anyway. F. On April 29th, 2022, a hearing was held on Padilla's motion to withdraw. At the time of this hearing, Padilla has been representing defendant for 2 years. What a waste of time. Defendant was present for the hearing and was sworn, okay? The court advised Padilla that the court had received a letter from defendant, of course. A letter dated April 20, 2022, blah, 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 blah. We seemingly objected to Padilla's withdrawal. Of course, of course. No, don't leave me, don't leave me. The court advised Padilla that the options were to not proceed on Padilla's motion to withdraw or provide the court more about the irreconcilable differences. So the court was like, no, sir. What is it? What is it? All right. Padilla requested an opportunity to amend the motion to address the irreconcilable differences. The court reserved ruling on Padilla's motion to withdraw, gave Padilla until May 3rd, 2022 to prepare and file an amended motion with the hearing to be heard on the week of May 9, 2022. The state advised Padilla diligence in preparation, and the court commended Padilla's work. Defendant testified to a lack of trust between herself and Padilla. So long story short, the court had a little hearing and be like, what's going on, sir? It was like, look, this girl is out of her mind. And then she was like, oh my God, I don't trust you anymore because you're talking crap about me to the court. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, that's the gist of lawyer number one being like, hi, oh crap, bye. Now let's go to May 4th, 2022, Padilla filed an amended motion to withdraw, which supplemented the original grounds. Perfect. Undersigned relationship with defendant has become adversarial. Didn't I tell you? I mean, I didn't even read this. I could have told you that. She complained. What do you mean I want to get out? What do you mean I'm not going to have a shower? What do you mean I can't go to the mall? What are you talking about? The aforementioned adversarial relationship has interfered with undersigned counsel ability to effectively represent his client, especially preparing for a trial. Of course, don't talk to me like that. I'm not your child. I mean, you could talk to me like that, but you have to deal with the consequences. And he's like, I'm not dealing with this crap. 2. Undersigned appreciate the court providing him the opportunity to amend his previously filed motion to withdraw. However, after further researching the issue, undersigned is still under the belief that the specificity of the adversary relationship may disclose information that may prejudice his client, and as such will stand mute on the specifics. Very, very, very clear. That's just, look, you can read between the lines. He's not interested. He's a private lawyer. He's a lawyer, darling, okay? He has an hourly rate. He's like, sure, give me the motion to amend. I don't really want to. Please, let me get out of here. Thanks. Yeah. The cautionary tale, really, from this little thing here, is that if you're in a position to make demands, no, rephrase. If you're in a position when you require someone's help, someone's assistance, even for people who are like, no, you have to make yourself small. In life, you can't have an ego. Everybody has somewhat of an ego. You kind of have to have a little bit because, if you don't love yourself, who's going to love you? So you got to have a little bit of ego, but it needs to be thoroughly in check because you don't move through life by yourself. You need help. You need help. Look at me. You guys help me. You need help. Always have an undertone of humbleness, Yeah. Because you need someone's help, no matter who you are and who you is. Yes. was so tired yesterday. It's okay, I'll tell you more about it in the Let's Talk. Let's continue. On May 6, 2022, Padilla, are we still in Padilla? All right. On May 6, 2022, Padilla filed a Second Amendment motion to withdraw, which further supplemented the original grounds on the signed version with defendants. Oh, wait, I read that already. All right. Did I? No, I didn't. Look, we're going to skip Padilla. Okay, Padilla's not interested. The state expressed concern of a strategy to allow defense attorney after attorney to represent defendant. The court advised defendant of the state's concern regarding a strategy of defendant being unhappy with every attorney and advised defendant about the dangers of self-representation. Okay? The court appointed the public defender, attorney number 3. I can't believe we are really going through the chronological order of attorneys. But yeah, on June 6, 2022, the public defender moved to withdraw due to a conflict. All right. On June 7th, the certain order allowed public defender withdrawal was entered, which withdrew the public defender form, further representation of the defendant, and appointed the Office of Criminal Conflict and Civil Regional Counsel, RCC, and attorney number 4. If I talk in very fast like that, first of all, I'm well rested. My brain is super on. I'm home, and I'm in front of you, so I don't have the guardrails. And my eyeballs are actually ahead of my lips. So on June 6th, the public defender moved to withdraw to the conflict. June 7th, so attorney number 3 withdrew due to conflict. Attorney number 4 also withdrew due to conflict. And then on June 22nd, she was appointed Mark Consello, which is attorney number 5. Which on July 8th, he decided to withdraw due to conflict. So attorney number 3, 4, and 5 withdrew because there was a conflict of interest. The details really is irrelevant, right? They just, sorry, can't represent you, goodbye. On July 11th, it was when the court withdrew Gonzalo, and was giving Mr. Benkowitz, hi, Mr. Benkowitz, hi. I feel like Mr. Benkowitz, we should really embrace him and hug him and give him kisses because he put up with the most abuse, you know, and he has a bad back, I think. Ow, my back. Yeah. And he worked, he's the architect of her father special defense. He really put in the work. He really cared. He was like, all right, I'll do my best. All right. I'll do my best. Okay. He's the one. All the other ones after him were like, ooh, you treated this nice attorney like that. I have no chance. Because I'm not even that as nice as Mr. Benkowitz. How will you treat me? Being so ridiculous. Oh my God. Anyway, so July 11th, Mr. Benkowitz was attorney number 6. On July 12th, and we've lived this story together, Benkowitz open court requested a continuance due to his recent appointment, and same was granted. So he was having conflict with his schedule. So the court set a pre-trial conference for October 25 at 9 a.m. and trial during the trial period beginning November 7th. On October 25, the court held a pre-trial conference and addressed the court's understanding that the continuance was being sought, and the court's judicial assistant was to reach out to the parties to confirm if a continuance was being sought. Oh, God. No, lawyers. On October 27, Benkowitz filed defendant's motion to continue. Okay. On October 28, the next day, the court entered that certain amendment. On the 22nd, the court set a status hearing on Tuesday, December 20th at 10:45 a.m. On December 19th, Benkowitz moved to withdraw due to irreconcilable differences. You know, see how fast, look how fast it went from Mr. Benkowitz, the nice guy, to be like, I can't do this. I'm out. Right? He was appointed when? July. Less than a year. By December, he was like, I'm out. And we were talking about that. Do you remember? Benkowitz was like, I got to go to Christmas with my kids. I got to do stuff. Allegedly, of course. You know, I don't know what he said, but, you know, in my head. He's like, I'm not putting up with this. Because that's when she was complaining about not having holidays and how, as an inmate, it's like the holidays is terrible because the court system is closed. Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord. The entitlement, it's unreal. How dare us have a holiday because the court system is closed. Do you remember that? She was like, I have to wait longer because you guys are on holiday? Yes. Do you remember that? Oh my God, I was just like, Sarah Boone, the mistress of the holidays. How dare us have a holiday? It was actually quite comical because she was like, and she was counting the days on the wall. Remember she wrote that? 1, 2, 3. Sarah. Oh, Sarah. You're so funny. Oh, it's 1:21 p.m. Do you know, the day is already over. I feel like, what's the point? My family's not here, though. I have to say, Christopher, my husband, gave me the grace this morning. So I woke up to an empty house. I slept through everything. And coffee was made. Breakfast was made, but I don't eat until after I work out, so I'm not eating it yet. Breakfast was made, coffee was made, the laundry was done because I exercised yesterday and my gym bag like cleaned. I woke up to like, wow, and the weather outside is not so hot, it's kind of cloudy, so it's smooth and cool. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'll come down here and record really quickly and make use of my time because I have no plan of doing any work today. I know that's not what you came here for. Once again. All right, so anyway, so on December 20th, the status hearing was held. Bankiewicz did not appear due to a car accident. Oh, a car accident, and the court reset the status hearing for December. Oh, so Mr. Bankiewicz even went to a car accident. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's a car accident for you, Sarah Boone. Do you see what I mean? Oh no, honey, I definitely quit. Oh, done. On December 22nd, the reset status hearing was held. Bankiewicz appeared virtually, of course. Due to technological issues, Bankiewicz was unable to hear the court. Please, he was like, I don't want to hear that. I'm playing. I'm playing. The court reset the status hearing December 27th. Oh, how convenient, after Christmas. He was like, you know what? I just got into a car accident. I don't want to deal with this mess. And I got to go to hang out with my family and open Christmas presents. Click. Mr. Bankiewicz, can you hear us? Mr. Bankiewicz, can you hear us? Huh? Oh, no. I'm playing. On December 27, 2022, a hearing was held in Bankiewicz's motion to withdraw. A defendant was present at the hearing and was sworn. The court advised the defendant that the court had received letters from the defendant, a letter and a letter dated The court conducted a Nelson hearing and the defendant was not seeking to remove Bankiewicz. Of course not. Of course she was not seeking to remove him. Of course, because he's the one who really did the most work. She wants free work. Look at that. Someone who doesn't work and wants something for free. You know, I have to be careful with some of the stuff I say. And, you know, it may not seem like it, but I think before I speak. I'll tell you more about that. I don't want to interrupt anymore. Otherwise, I'll be here all day, like yesterday. Oh, my God. Like the video post I did about the letter. Anyway, different story. Okay, so, Bankiewicz advised the court of the thousands of pages in discovery that he had reviewed and organized and his contact and potential use of and collaboration with expert witnesses, including expert that Padilla, you see, utilized. You see what I mean? Bankiewicz did the most work. Thousands of pages. You must be out your mind. You're going to treat me like that. Bankiewicz advised the court of the defendant attempt to call Bankiewicz at a rate of 5 to 10 times a day. Oh! Now we see the details. We see the details now. She was complaining that he was not picking up the phone. No. 5 times to 10 times a day? I have work. What's wrong with you? Yeah. Now we see the details. You know, Sarah Boone fans. Now you wonder what. Now for any people who so because there's some people who are very inclined to assume that when you're doing the appeal, this is the record. Someone has to go over the record and see if something was wrong when you're doing the appeal, right? But that the court systems, yeah, of course, it has its flaws, but everything is on record. So on the outside, they might tell you one thing, but in court, honey, this is it. Everything to the T is recorded. Where am I going with that thought? I changed my mind. I'm not going to tell you exactly what I thought, where I was going with that, because You know, we live in very inflammatory times. I'm not telling you what I think. Bankiewicz further advised of this effort to balance the demands of other clients with the defendant's expectation for communications. Of course, I'm busy. Leave me alone, okay? Other people, and I'm a lawyer, some people who pay me for this. In response, defendant reposted. Wow. If you reposted, it's not like posted on the thing, not posting online. Reposted as in like it's like a counter, a parry, like a counterback, you know? But in a negative way. That Bankiewicz's representation were untruth. Raised Bankiewicz's prior public reprimand for lack of communication. Alleged Bankiewicz's action in this case rose to a similar level and then sought to remove Bankiewicz. What a bitch. What a bitch. Anyway, the court pointed out defendant inconsistent statement within minutes of them being made and addressed concern over defendant's motivation, especially when there is something defendant disagree with. The court specifically advised defendant that she's not entitled to endless line of court-appointed lawyers until you find the one that you personally prefer. Yeah, you know, for criminals, most criminals are indigents. Most, yeah. You know, there's a correlation between a certain type of crime and, you know, being bored at home and not having a job and not being busy and not having something to do other than like, what do I do today? What do I do today? I'm going to rob a bank. What do I do today? What? Oh, yeah, I'm just going to go and murder someone. Or what? Like, people who are busy tend not to do crimes. Don't yell at me. Look it up online. Check out the data yourself. I didn't say anything that's untrue. Please, don't throw stones because it's easy to throw it here. All right? I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah, that's one of the issues and problem over there in France. Is we have way too many young people who are bored. Be quiet, Alistair. Anyway, so the court also explained the circumstances where defendant could represent herself. Ultimately, defendant did not request to remove Bankiewicz, of course. The court denied Bankiewicz's motion to withdraw and directed Bankiewicz to have a conference with defendant prior to the pre-trial review. Bankiewicz wanted to get out. Bankiewicz was abused the most. Oh, Mr. Bankiewicz. Hugs and kisses. The case was continued several times due to Bankiewicz's attempts to retain an expert through JAC and JAC response the same. During this time period, the court had received several letters from defendant, a letter dated January 10, blah, 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 a letter, blah, 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 blah. That's all the dates. Perfect. That's all the letters. All right. We don't need to go through all that. On August 22nd, 2023, Bankiewicz again moved to withdraw due to, of course, irreconcilable differences between undersigned and defendant. Bankiewicz has been trying to get away from her wing for so long, but I think the court dismissed it because they really wanted to move on with the trial. They were like, okay, Bankiewicz, look, you've done a great job already, all right? Stick around a little longer, okay? We're almost there. We're almost there. But at some point, it's like, Mr. Bankiewicz is like, look, my back hurts. I got into a car accident. Leave me alone. And they're like, fine. Fine, get out. If I had long hair, I tell you right now, if I had long hair, I'd be talking to you like this. Hello, good morning. Yes, what are you doing today? Wow. Whoa. What's going on? Absolutely. What do you mean? Whew. What? I mean, I had a headache and I needed neck surgery from dislocated disc. I'd be whipping that hair back and forth like it's nobody's business. Christopher said I have a hair fetish. I don't have a hair fetish. I just find hair beautiful. I don't know. It's not a hair fetish. It doesn't turn me on, but it interests me. Anyway, on September 8th, 2023, a hearing was held on Bankiewicz's motion to withdraw. Defendant was present for being hearing. It was sworn. Bankiewicz addressed defendants. Of course. So she goes in there and call her lawyer a buffoon, a buffoon, and a buffoon. So the court told her, Sarah Boone, like, lady, please have several seats. Calm down. You don't talk to people like that. A court had to tell a grown-up not to talk to people like that. Listen, so the court says, we received letters from defendant. Oh, the letter dates. That takes so many rooms, so many lines. Skip to all the letter dates because we don't need that. Therefore, the court set a status conference for October. Okay, let's skip that. Let's skip that. Okay. The court further advised that there are certain decisions the attorney gets to make and certain decisions the defendant gets to make, i.e. go to trial or to testify. The court caution as to defendant's unrealistic expectation regarding court-appointed counsel and remanded defendant to her right to retain private counsel. The court's like, look, listen, girl, I know you want like you want a specific attorney of a specific caliber, but look, you get what you get. You can get your own counsel if you want. Oh wait, I can't afford it. You know, making demands on tax dollars. You know, it's very easy to make demands on somebody else's dime, right? It's very easy to be like, I want a new house, new shoes, new car. I want to go on vacation twice a year. Who's going to pay for that? You? Excuse me? No, I'm telling you. I was joking around. Sidetrack. I was joking around. Well, not really joking. You know, there's certain things I don't joke about, and one of them is money, and the second one is security and safety, and the securement of the infrastructure of security of our family. You know, I don't joke around with that. And so I was speaking to certain people, and I was telling them, look, listen, you think you're just gonna go out there and marry rich? I don't you mind. First of all, is that you want to be a slave for the rest of your life? Now, I say that in a very serious manner, because when you allow yourself to be financially dependent on someone, you don't get a say. Oh, I'm the wife, or I'm the husband. You know, I say what I want goes. Yeah, until the spouse decides that I don't want that anymore. Then what you gonna do? What you gonna do, right? And no matter who you are, you gotta work. No matter what, you gotta work. Okay? Yes, to be a home raiser and raise kids is difficult as hell. Sure, you're a home raiser, but in the back of your mind, it'd be like, as soon as that kid goes to daycare, I'm gonna sell cookies on the street, 2 cents, make an income of anything, so that you could be like, no, I don't want to. And matter of fact, I'm gonna go to my father's house, and you know, I'm gonna rebuild my life. Do you know what I mean? What a tangent. But it's something I instill, especially to all the girls in my family. Nope, not my girls. Not my girls. Not my girls. Somebody else is sure, not mine. Anyway. So let me go to Attorney Hobson. This thing is very irritating me. You know why it's irritating me? I don't like people who are ungrateful. That irks me the most, because it falls into a lack of consideracy. You know, we are all human, and all humans are f***ed up. Can I curse? No, I cannot curse. It's not late enough. All right, that's going to be bleeped. All humans are messed up in the head. And every human have different facades to themselves. I'm nice. I like to play games. I have a temper. I can read you for filth. I can be very shady. Everybody is a spectrum. Nobody is like Mother Teresa. Even Mother Teresa was a bitch sometimes. Please get out of here with that mess. You know what I mean? It's part of being human. That's a human condition. And so there's no fault to that, because nobody's perfect. But what I find to be extremely irritating is when, two things. When you walk into a person and you expect them to be perfect. Who the hell are you? Get out of here. Nobody's perfect, because you're not. And the second thing also is when that person is not considerate to the plight of the people around. So she is in a position where she has no way to make demands, and she doesn't have enough, and of course I get it because she's a narcissist, but there's not enough oomph to be like, man, this man worked really hard for me, all right, let me just be nice. Lack of consideracy irritates the living hell out of me. Out of me. And so let's not go into a tangent. Let's talk about this idiot some more. So let me skip through all this mumbo jumbo, because it's just recounting really the history of her lawyers, which they all quit. We all know the history. Click on the link below for the Sarah Boone playlist description. You can go ahead and look at it yourself, all right? Because I want to go to what's important, which is the law. I would be a terrible lawyer, because I'd be screaming at the judge. No, I wouldn't do that. Oh my God, no. No, I'm professional. Get out of here. The law. Both the United States and the Florida Constitution guarantee an indigent criminal defendants the right to assistance. Oh my God. Sorry. The assistance of appointed counsel. See U.S. Constitution, blah, 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 blah. The counsel clause of the Florida Constitution under Article 1, Section 16 recognizes the right to counsel as well as self-protection of all criminal persecution. Do you see the layout of this letter? Because it's not for nothing it's laid out like that. It's laid out in that manner so she cannot effing appeal the decision. Yeah, little kids. Yeah, criminals. You think you're smart. I'm not even a lawyer. I can already see through this mess. Yeah. It's an operating flow. It guides you to the final decision. Next, forfeiture of right to counsel. The defendant in a criminal case can forfeit the right to court-appointed counsel. Forfeiture is an extreme measure that flows from the defendant's abuse of or manipulation of the right to counsel and results in the defendant being required to present himself even though he has not waived counsel and may still want legal representation. Do you hear that? So it's not even up to her at that point. No, the judge was like, I'm done. I'm not putting up with this stupid woman. The judge says, I'm done. Yeah. Forfeiture is a judicial response that adapts the course of the legal proceeding to the defendant's choice to engage in misconduct that undermines the legitimate exercise of the right to counsel. Oh, really? They really thought, oh my God, I'm so famous. Oh my God, I'm so famous. And you know what? Because I'm so famous, I cannot, like, there's nobody who don't know who I am. Therefore, you can never find an impartial jury. So I should be like out and free and about in the world. Right, Becky? Absolutely, Jessica. Oh my God, Sarah, what do you think? Yeah. So you idiots really think that just because you really think that to avoid judgment is to what? Not find an impartial jury? People are way more important than you and they can find a jury, have several seats, right? And you really think that being annoying and delay stuff, like look at Daddy Bailiff. Daddy Bailiff is looking at Sarah like, oh my God, what an idiot. Haven't you learned anything from me in this terrible situation? Look. As set forth above, defendant's recalcitrance. Oh, vocabulary. Who talks like that in real life? I wish people talk like that in real life, but that's not us. I know what that means. But, you know, it's like, your recalcitrance is completely crazy, Jennifer. Oh, really, Alistair? Your tenets is also really crazy. My tenets? You haven't reached the pinnacle, really, of who I is. That'd be great. Why are we all snobby? Anyway, defendant's recalcitrance to the attorney who were not conflicted out. Padilla, Bankowitz, Hobson, and Cashman. Antagonism, hostility, and attacks on the professionalism of Padilla, notably over the year after the PACT of Bankowitz and of Cashman, and personal attacks on Padilla, Bankowitz, and Cashman. Each of these attorneys were required to withdraw. This second line is saying the reason why it's not in your hands, Sarah Boone. The reason why is because you're rude. That's right. So it has become apparent to the court the defendant would not permit herself to be represented by anyone. Additionally, the withdrawal of 8 different attorneys, 7 of which were court appointed, leads to the determination that the defendant had forfeited her right to counsel. Okay. And it gives you all the law and states and all that stuff in case she wants to appeal. Honey, you are not appealing this. You're going to be made a fool and mockery of everybody. You're going to be lit. You're going to be lit. I told you I think before I speak. I caught that really quick, didn't I? Woo! Are we page 12 or 16? How long is this thing? All right. All right, so let me just scan through it because I'm not going through 16 pages. I have your mind. Okay, so I'm going to go through this part. All right, waiver by conduct. The court can find a waiver by conduct to the right of counsel. Require that a defendant be warned about the consequences of this conduct, including the risk of proceeding pro se. What time is it? 1:40. Oh my God. Defendant was twice advised but that another court-appointed attorney may not be provided. Okay. Defendant was advised of the danger of self-presentation. Okay, yeah, we got that. Okay, that's important. As of June 26, 2024, this case has been pending for 4 years, 3 months, and 5 days from the date of the filing of the information on March 23, 2020. So listen, she's been in there for 4 years, counting on the wall. 1, 2, 3, 360. 1, 2, 3, 360. Oh, 2. Yeah, I mean, the Sarah Boone math, right? You remember she was going through all the details of the math because she's counting over there on the wall with her chalk. You know, action speaks louder than words. Oh, wait, that's what it says here. Sorry. I forgot to get break, space. Let's continue. Actions speak louder than words. Although defendant's words seemingly reveal the desire to go to trial, however, set forth herein, her action and inability to work with court-appointed counsel are repeated over and over, allowing defendant to her 8th court-appointed attorney, her 9th attorney overall, will only serve to delay the case further and encourage defendant to persist in effort to prevent the resolution of the case in the merits. Blah, 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 blah. So it pretty much is saying that, no, listen, we can see through what you're doing. Oh, I'm hungry now. No, I have to exercise before I eat. Yeah, we're seeing right through her mess to try and delay stuff. Yeah, we can see that. So, oh, wait. Okay, let's go through the last page. That's important. Orders and the judges. Cashman motion to withdraw as counsel file. Okay, I can skip that. As a condition of Cashman withdrawal. Okay. As a condition of Cashman withdrawal, Cashman shall provide the court an order for costs to obtain transcript and deposition for the 2 witnesses Cashman deposed. Yeah, of course, please. Nobody works for free, all right? Upon completion of the transcription of the deposition transcript shall be sent directly to the defendant, Sarah Boone. Okay. By Cashman at the Orange County Jail. Okay, Sarah, you got it. You got it. Therefore, Cashman shall file a notice with the court reflecting that the deposition transcript will provide the defendant Sarah Boone, and such a notice shall include the date and the address of defendant Sarah Boone. You got it, Sarah Boone. All right? You don't need to call nobody anymore. You don't have to contact no one. You don't have to even to wait anymore. Everything will be in your stupid cell with your stupid brain by your effing self to figure this stuff by yourself. There, Sarah, there. Okay, you got it. Now, defendant Sarah Boone has forfeited the right to court-appointed counsel. Sarah, you forfeited your right. I can guarantee you she's out there reading this letter, screaming at the wall. Yeah. Alternatively, defendant Sarah Boone has thought waived by her conduct her right to court-appointed counsel. The trial management conference shall remain. This case shall remain specially set for trial for the 2-week trial period beginning Monday, October 7, 2024, and will be continued for any reason except by extraordinary good cause and search. We're going to trial, darlings. Any and all petitorial motion with this case must be filed. Done in order. We're going to trial, my loves. We're going to try, my loves. Monday. Juin, juillet, août, septembre. October 7, 2024. Sarah Boone, I hope you're ready. Woo, Sarah Boone fans, which I think is mostly inmates. Listen, let's go to my final thought. No, there's no final thought needed. Let's just transition into it. Listen, Sarah Boone fans, tell your girl she's an idiot. I'll tell you why she's an idiot. She's an idiot for 2 things. There is no escaping this. So don't waste any brain cells in trying to be like, I'm going to go to the mall and have a drink. No, that's not happening. But the other way she's an idiot is that, I mean, I don't know how many years that's going to get you, maybe life, but maybe if you were showing remorse and whatnot, you will get like 30 years, 50, as opposed to life, right? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I would have taken that deal. 50 years. How old is she? 40? Oh, you can live to 90. Listen, prison healthcare is good, and they feed you there, and you got entertainment, right? And she'll be sober, and she can exercise, you know? So she can focus on exercise and health and fitness, and write a book, and she could start a business there. Now listen, let me tell you what kind of business Sarah Boone can do. You could tell her that, fans. She could do a business to write letters. What? What are you talking about, Alistair? What are you saying? No. Look at us talking about her antics. She could write a book. A book? Really? Okay, maybe not a book. But she could have like a cameo. You pay her $200. 200? Yes, premium. I'm Sarah Boone. Pay me $200 and I will write your enemy a letter. How great is that? How great is that? Okay, so there's a few things you have to go over when it comes to prison. Now, I'm not familiar with that, but I'm assuming, right? First, you got to pay taxes, so you have to create an LLC. And there's no restitution going on. So, okay, fine. Let's assume there's restitution going on because George Torres' family be like, you killed my baby. Come on, give me the money. You could plan for that. Look at me, showing you how to be a legal crook. But anyway, you could plan for that. Because you have a son, Sarah Boone, all right? You create an LLC. Got it. The manager of the LLC is your son. Because he needs to be paid. You cannot avoid not paying your taxes. You cannot avoid not paying restitution because the entity, the LLC, is going to be connected to you anyway. Please, we don't have time to do loopy-doopy shell companies. You're not that smart. And you can't afford the lawyer and the accountants to do that for you. So no, you're going to go the normal route. And so in the meantime, what you do, because you're stuck there forever, but at least you can create a future for your son. Okay? So your son is a manager of the LLC. So you charge $200, right? $200. You pay your son $100 of that. That's his wages. So he gets $100 per $200. Okay. So he has to pay taxes on that, but at least he gets $100 per letter, right? The other $100, that's for you. Now you're going to have to pay taxes on that. And then you have to pay restitution on that. And then whatever is left, give it to your son because you're being taken care of anyway by taxpayer money. Give it to your son. Ta-da! Now, the rest of us will be very pissed because we'd be like, how is she making money and using tax dollars to sustain herself? No, yeah, we'll be very pissed. But you know what? I just give you an idea. Yeah, people will pay your fans. Your fans, come on, you don't like someone? I'm going to pay $200 for Sarah Boone to tell you happy birthday. Look, Sarah Boone will be like, okay, I'll give you $200, Sarah Boone. Say happy birthday to my worst enemy, but make sure you give you Sarah Boone sash. So she would tell you in bold and asterisks and stars and be like, happy birthday, you piece of shit. Right? Love, hashtag cat meme, love, out there via Sarah Boone. Yeah. And you could also do like your company, the writing company, you know, I don't know. That one I'm not quite sure, but I don't fucking know. But there's a way there for you to make money for your kid because you're not getting out. But like all businesses, it takes work. Does she have the work ethic? I don't think so, right? But it's easy enough. Just write me a letter. All right. But if I was the state, and if I was the restitution people, no. I'm going right after that money. Yeah. But at least you'll secure $100 for your son because he's a manager of the LLC, so he needs to be paid. At least the son gets something. Like who in their right mind don't think about their kid? Well, she wasn't in her right mind. And the young boy at that. A young boy. Think about the damage this boy is going to have. My mom is a murderess. And there's a video about it. Or he goes to, allegedly. Or he goes to school. Wow, this is Sarah Boone's son. I know. Ooh, your mom is a psycho. Allegedly. So you must be a psycho too. Allegedly. Wow, let's not be friends with him. Yeah, it's scary. So scary. So scary. Anyway, yeah, I could have told you. I knew it. The video, I have 10 minutes. Oh, by the way, you know what happened to me yesterday? I had an allergy attack. That's why I'm coughing. There's so much to tell you. Let's talk. Press like, subscribe. I'm going to go in stages here. Into my... I'm writing it down. Hold on. So I don't lose the stuff. So hold on. Got it. All right. When I posted the video online about the letters, right? So it was pre-recorded. And I was trying to read through it. First of all, 58 pages. I don't know, man. I don't have that kind of mental space for a stranger. I just don't have it, especially when I have to fight my anger because I get irritated when I read this letter. It really it spikes my blood pressure. I get angry when I read those Ingrid letters. So there's a lot going on in my head at the same time as I'm trying to control and go through operating flow. So I couldn't digest that. And I posted that this was supposed to come out on Thursday, but it came out on Friday because I wanted to do a live on Friday. And so in that video, I had to edit that out too. So I had to pull it out and edit it out. I was like, live on Friday. And the reason why the live didn't happen on Friday is simple. my schedule just got way out of control and I couldn't escape. Sometimes I just can't escape. All right. Welcome to my life. So, so I had to reschedule that for Friday, and I had to put it out, re-edited the whole, like, we have a live on Friday, and then reposted it for Friday. So that takes a little while. And it's funny because on Friday I get my phone, you guys sending the message. I was like, oh my God, I have to make a, thank you for the feedback. But I knew from that letter, because there was a portion when I was reading it right at the beginning, she was talking to the judge as if like, I'm putting you on notice, judge, to pay attention. Do you remember? Like, pay attention to the disadvantages. I just want to make you aware. The judge must have, like, I told you, right? I was like, if I read that and I'm the judge, honey, I'm not putting up with that. First of all, I don't read the whole letter. I'm like, okay, I've read enough. I've read enough. She wants to play with me? All right, I'm going to tell you what kind of judge I is. Clerks, bring in the law books. All right, so here's what I need. I need the legal pathway to make this bitch represent herself. Figure it out. I'm the judge. I have minions. Figure it out. The minions go. They figure it out and they go, all right, judge, this is what happened. So yeah, we can totally do that, right? She complained. He detailed it. She complained on this date, this date, this date, this date, this date, and here's the statute, And I'm like, Oh, really? Thank you, clerks. Now write the letter. All right, I'm going to lunch now. All right, bye. Bye, everybody. Oh, what a great day you had. Was Sarah Boone there thinking she was like, I was tough today. I told the judge my mind. The judge was like at home having a glass of wine and hanging out with his kids. All right? While his clerks are doing the work to tell you, bitch, you're going to go to jail as early as next year. I knew it. I knew it. And, the inclination, and I tell you, I guess people with intention for a living, I know I say that a lot. And I will never really tell you the details of my operations for the simple fact that the IRS might be watching. No, but for the simple fact is that I have to keep something secret, because the world, the internet is crazy, and I'm not about that life, and I have a daughter and too much to lose. So, anyway, this is how I guess people intention. You want to know what my trick is? I learn everything about you. Yes. The first thing I do is, okay, which company am I going for? Okay, what are they about? When were they founded? Who was the founder? How did they found the company? How did they hire? Who are the employees? Who did they work with before? Oh, please. And what's their company? Whoa, what have they done? What do they need? What's going on? I am nosy as a mother effer, okay? And I go my notes and I write this mess down. Then I go into the office right here and I study it. Oh, this date. Oh, but okay. Oh, all right. Oh, okay. All right. And as I study it, I make my own separate notes based on the information I gathered. Honey, it's a process. When I get a good idea who I'm dealing with and the culture I'm dealing with, then I write my proposal based on that. And I start a proposal with, what can I bring to the table based on what I understand, right? And I start with that. And it's like, here I am, and here's what I can give you, right? I start with that. But in the back of my mind, I have a customary idea of what you need and what you might want. And because I start with that, people start talking. Oh, yeah, cool, great, yeah. Oh, this is what you want to give me? Yeah, perfect, right? And I take mental notes on that. In the process of negotiations, it's like maybe a year, right? I add on into the information that I have, and it tells me a good idea of what you might need. Listen. And when I saw, first of all, her character, her attitude, her alleged condition, and I looked at the courts, and how Mr. Bankowitz was working really hard, and I was like, okay, I paid attention. And the moment that Judge Wooten was like, oh my God, I'm done, I was like, okay, no, listen, this is not going to go on for much longer. No, this is going to be pro se. Okay? Right, let me go back to my notes. So, yeah. Then, so when I came back home here, so on Friday, I had a very long day. And I came back home. First of all, I work out every day. No questions asked. Don't mess with that. I had to exercise. So I exercised. I came out. I was driving home and I was really tired. I came home and I said, first of all, my family was sleeping. I came home at midnight yesterday and everybody was sleeping. And I came home, dinner was made. I go and I eat dinner and I go, all right, I'm just going to sit down for a second and you know, I'm going to go record. And I uploaded and I edited tomorrow morning. And I sat down for a second and I fell asleep. And I woke up and I woke up like, oh, wait a minute, what time is it? Oh God, oh wow. But there was coffee made. I'm the best husband. Anyway, so here I am today. So today is Saturday, 29th. And so I'm going to upload this today, edit it, and hopefully have it for you by either Sunday or by Monday. Now, let's talk about my cough. I have very severe allergies. One time I almost died from them. Yes. And how did I almost die? I happened to be found barely conscious in my kitchen living room by a client of mine who came to visit. And she opened the door. She was like, Alistair. And I was on the floor gasping for air. And I have very severe seasonal allergies. And I have doctors working on that. And so yesterday, I found my throat closing. And, you know, I have medication and I have a protocol all in place. And so I took the medication. So what the coffee here now is, today, the steroids have worked, obviously. And my throat is unclosing. I don't know what is outside in the air, but I was having an allergic reaction. So my whole sinus system is quite swollen. Okay, then let's talk about my garden a little bit. So this global warming is really out of control. You know, the weather is a complete calamity. And my garden is absolutely suffering. All my peaches are gone. I will have almost no fruit this year. Peaches are gone. Why? Because when the buds were setting up, we were having a wind advisory here, and the trees were swinging like crazy, and I lost all the buds. Then the heat. The heat. I have my berries. My berries, raspberries, and my grapes, and my kiwis. All the kiwis are gone. It's too hot. It's too hot. And I'm watering them, but it's too hot. The kiwis are gone. The kiwis harvest is gone. The berry harvest is gone. The raspberry harvest is literally like emaciating. And I'm watering them. But they are in scorching sun. You know? Then we have my pomegranates. My pomegranates are struggling, darling. And it's because too much heat. Pomegranates can handle heat very well, right? And I water them and stuff, right? But, you know, when you have a lush garden like that, the pests also need to eat. So when there's not that many variety and options, they go with the next best thing. And so my pomegranates the fruit buds have been attacked by pests. And, you know, the trees, they don't play with it. If they are stressed, they drop their fruit buds because that's more stress. Trees, we're not having babies today. They drop them all, right? And so my pomegranates been dropping their flower buds, which is so disheartening. Then I go to my prunes. Gone. Why? Well, I'll tell you. So, nature, you know, I have an abundance of food here. And on a good season, there's enough food going around that they don't have to come look for my food. I live in a foresty area. The squirrels, everybody ate the prunes. They're not even ripe yet. They're like, I don't care, I'm hungry. They ate them all. I have a brook by the property, and the brook water level is so low. I have mature trees, you understand? I can't water those. These are like the big maples. Please, I waste so much water. The water level is so low, and I can see, you know, ginormous trees. I'm like, I can see water stress. It's not raining. My grass, nah, I'm not a big fan of grass, but it's scorched. That grass is like, now, the back of the property is clovers, so it's still green, right? Most of the grass on my land is not grass. It's clovers and wild grass, so they can handle drought. But even those are starting to wilt, right? My hydrangeas, please. So I have to ration who gets water. So now that most of the fruit trees drop their fruits, you know, I'm rationing the water towards the hydrangeas and to the grapes, because the grapes still have their bounty. The grape, the hydrangeas. Oh, and my citrus still have, right. So this year the citrus is good, the Viking berries are good, and the grapes are good, and the figs are still good. But everything else, I've lost that crop. I don't have that. It's gone. Which is the problem, because I've been selling those produce, and people order ahead of time, especially the peach people. I haven't told them yet, but I'm like, sorry, there's no peaches this year. I'll have to give you money back. And yeah. So that sucks. But also, I don't like to see my trees struggle. My trees are my babies. Like my mom says, I don't understand your obsession with trees. It's okay. I love my garden. I absolutely love my garden. Don't play with it. And it's struggling, and I don't know what to do. There's nothing I can do. I mean, what am I gonna do? Rain, rain, do the rain dance. Rain, darling, rain, rain, darling. Woo, woo. It's not gonna happen. The clouds will be like, what's wrong with this guy? I don't know. Tend him a little more. Shit. Anyway, what's next? Oh, right. Let's stop politics for 2 seconds. You know, I was in the office, and of course, I don't know why people in France contact me. My contacts in France always ask me for my opinion when it comes to American politics. I say, I don't know why you keep asking me this, because let me tell you something. What am I going to do? What is this black man in the middle of nowhere going to do? Nothing. All right. So, yeah, apparently Biden didn't do a good job. But here's what I say to that, because they were like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Listen, by now, people know who they're going to vote for. But there's no amount of anything that's going to change people's mind. Okay? And also, they're both old. What do you expect from an old person who's 90-something? How old are they? Are they in the 80s? It doesn't matter. Right? I mean, if I'm 80-something, I'm not running. I'm walking. And, you know, I'm going to take my time to answer. Also, it's 8 p.m. It's past my bedtime. Like, come on. Like, there's a certain level of, like, again, people expect perfection from people. Really? It's just like when, what's his name? When Bill Clinton had the affair. Like, who doesn't have an affair? You know how common that is? Especially around there, politicians like, oh my God, you had an affair. Oh my God. I'm like, you haven't lived. You're too sheltered. People have affairs every day, all day. You know what I mean? Or it's not presidential. Like, I get it. I understand it's not presidential, but it happens. Oops, it slipped. It's not a reason to be like, you have an affair, you're terrible. Oh my Lord. Then you haven't lived and you don't know what living is. Yeah. I'm not saying to have an affair. I'm like, that's so common. It's so common. If anything, I have a problem with people who are not considerate enough to hide their ish. Because we all have an ish. But at least we try to hide it, right? Just like when I had the bug incident, I was in my full-blown underwear. You don't want to see all that. Some of you might like it, but you don't want to see all that. Now, you know, I'm hiding it. You know, I could have been easily inconsiderate. Do you understand the point I'm trying to make, right? The problem is not the fact that everybody is effed up. The problem is the fact that at least I want you to try to hide it to me. When you go blatantly about it, then that means you have a problem. That means you're not considerate enough. It means that you're not reasonable. It means that you're not thoughtful. It means that there's nothing other than yourself that you're thinking about. You know what I mean? Because a narcissist don't care, right? But if it shows me you care enough to hide your vices, then okay, perfect. I don't need to know. Thank you for caring. Anyway, I was telling them, like, what am I going to do? What do you think? What do you think? I said, people already know who they're going to vote for. And besides, you know who know what vote is being, you know who decides the votes? It's going to be the educated female in the suburbia. That's not me. I'm black. I'm black. I'm a male. Suburbia. Yeah. I don't even live in the swing state. So I'm like, that's not me. And even if I was, I would have to be an educated white female. An educated female to make a difference. And besides, you know, people are smart enough. They're smart enough. And people who live in those swing states are experiencing life real. A spider? Is that the same spider from last time? Hi, buddy. I love spiders. Okay, look. Okay, listen to me, buddy. Okay, you're distracting. I'm gonna put you. You can all read from there to here. All right, have fun. Oh, it's so tiny. There's no food here. Except that bug that I took out. There's really no food here. You're gonna die of starvation. Okay, enough politics. What else is in there? It's 2:06. I have to go. I can read. What's wrong with you? No, it's because I don't want to tell you. I don't know why I put it there. I don't want to tell you that. No. That's it. Thank you a ton. Yeah. Okay. So speaking of the live, I'll try to get the live next Friday. Hopefully I won't edit that out. But it's all dependent on my schedule. And so I've said before, like, live once a month with the public, live once a month with the members. So 2 lives a month, which is a lot. And then, sorry, we're friends. And then member videos, they're a little bit pre-recorded. So yeah, they're coming. Oh, right. For the members, I couldn't record Olympia's birthday. I'll tell you why. Easy. First of all, it was a massive heat wave. Honey, I had to worry about people not passing out on my property. No. You pass out over there. Not here, because my insurance will kick my butt. Welcome to America. Insurances. Yeah, they govern the world. No, but I had to manage people's temperature. The kids were fine because they were playing over there with the water. It was a good time. And it was very packed. There were a lot of people here. And I had to host. I can't take the phone and record when I'm hosting. I had to host. And I had everybody there. I had clients over. My mom and my sister came to surprise. They were not supposed to come. Why? Your mom's not coming to Does Perfect? No, not supposed to come. They came to surprise me. So it was nice, and Olympia's friends were here. It was a lot going on. There was no way I'm gonna record that. Another reality, right, of this thing called YouTube is that unless I'm a videographer, because I have so many hats on already, right? I have to be papa, I had to be friend, I had to be client, client friend, I had to be son, I have to be brother, I have to be lover, I have to be, you know, organizer, hoster. There's a lot, and that's the thing I wanted to photo. And again, people don't want to be photographed, because my plan was to have like a snapshot, and then have one-on-one those who want to talk. But the moment I woke up that day, it was like, gotta prep for the party. And by the way, I'm never hosting a party in my house again. Ever. Olympia, that was your first or second birthday at the house, and the last one. Absolutely not. Because the cleanup afterwards, and it was me and Chris, and everybody went home, and I was like, what the hell? What were we thinking? I can't even feel my feet. Never again. No. We're going to host this party over there. Have somebody else clean it. No. I'm still confused how people have more than one kid. I have to give my hats to you guys. Like, really? You deserve the world. You deserve... Anybody who has a kid deserve the world. I deserve the world. Give me the world, damn it! Give it to me! Give it to me! Oh, lately? Well, I'm trying to show... No, listen. I'm not a harlot or a hussy. No. Although I was not prudish during my dating days, I was so not prudish. Yeah. Although, you know about the four of us. It was Maurice, Ty, me, and Johnny. In that order. I tell you why. Maurice was the one with the loose morals. Maurice said yes to everything. Okay? Everything. Everything. Okay? And we were all very good looking too, so it didn't help. Maurice said yes to everything. Ty was the prude. Ty was like, no. It was so funny. I was like, Ty, come on, we're like 20-something in New York City. Come on, relax a little bit. Relax, go over there. Have fun, talk to him. And he wants to drive. He was the one with the car. So he was almost never really drinking. So he was sober and saying no to everything, which I've always found that so comical. And then, you know, you have me, who I said no to everything, but I was not approved. So I, you know, I definitely said no to everything. And I'm like, sure. Right? I was not like Maurice. Maurice was like, yes to everything. I was like, no, yes. No, yes. Or if I liked someone, it was like, yes, right? I had more conviction on my yeses and my nos. And then you had Johnny. Johnny was shy. Johnny was like, no, like me. But he didn't feel comfortable enough. There was he was not prudish. He said no, he was not prudish, but he never really followed through because he had some issues of not confidence, but like self-worth issues. And Johnny was always like the quieter one. You had to bring it out of his shell, you know. Maurice and I were the ones very out there. And I said no. Maurice said yes. People thought I was a prude. I'm not a prude. Ty was the prude. Because Ty was like out there, but he was like, you know, quiet, you know, no. You know, Johnny was in the corner. He had to, get here, Johnny. Get here. So Johnny come in. And once you get Johnny out of his shell, then he's more like me, you know. And then we will always get numbers. Always get interest from older men, you know. Nature of the game. We always get interest. And we never pay for drinks. People pay for drinks for us. Drinks are expensive in New York. That was a nice perk. And then, yeah, I mean, and then we would go home, right? Maurice went home with someone every night. We went out almost every night. Ty and I were the one in school. So we went out every night. We had to come back home because we had to go to class the next day. Johnny was living at home. And he was modeling. There was no school for him. So he was a model in New York City. And then someone down the line, I joined him. I got my modeling gig. I got started into modeling. So typical night, all four of us. And we will usually meet up at like maybe 5 p.m., 6 p.m. because I was a bartender at the bar that I bartended at, because that's how we started our free drinks situation. Because I work at the bar, I got free drinks. So we usually meet up at my bar, get completely wasted. Ty was driving, so he was sort of drinking. And we'll hop into Ty's car, drive to the next location. And in the midst of us having a good time, being young and stupid, we will always be dancing, always be dancing. And one person there was like, uh-oh, you dance really well. And that person ended up to be the owner of the particular club. And was like, have you boys ever thought about being go-go dancers? Now, before you start throwing stones, I was not a stripper, okay? Go-go dancer, big difference. I had my shorts on. And listen, it's the gay club, Who's dancing with a shirt on? Not me. I worked out. Get out of here. Look at this. Look. Look. Anyway, so he's like, yeah, you know, do you want to be a good dancer for us? We were like, yeah, why not? And that was the beginning of, oh, you're very handsome. Oh, thanks. You know, I'm a photographer. Aren't they all? Can I take some test shots? You know, that's how it started. And I remember his name was Antoine Tempé. Antoine Tempé, which was a French photographer. I didn't know he was a big deal, darling, until as later on. But Antoine Tempé took pictures of me, and in his loft studio. Could have gone so wrong, couldn't it? And that was the beginning. Nothing happened. No, it just came in. There were drinks there, but you know, I said no to everything. I was like, no thanks. No thanks. Oh, and because of the you know, murderers and killers over there at the time, so I went with Ty. Okay? I went with Ty, and I said, okay, Ty, wait downstairs. It's because he didn't know I didn't know I came with someone. I said, wait downstairs. I text you updates. And yeah, Ty waited for me the entire time. Oh, Ty, such a good friend. And then I go, and I was like, yeah, it went well. And that's how I got started. Go dancing. And then I quickly realized this is not a job for me. First of all, it pays like dirt. All right? I'm like, I've worked, it pays like dirt. People tell you, no. You know, people criticize you a lot. And your self-esteem does take a hit. But, you know, I don't know why. It didn't hit me as hard as it did Johnny. Probably because I say no to everything. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Leave. All right, fine, I'll leave. You know? Yeah, it didn't hit me as hard. I mean, of course it was hurtful when they tell you, you know, you're too short. Oh, am I? Or you're too, my thing was I was too muscular. I was not skinny enough. It's like too much muscles. So I did a lot of underwear stuff. Oh, and then with the underwear stuff, too big of a package. I mean, I'm not boasting. I'm just telling you. It's like, no, we can't. No. That was back in the day. That was before. Now it wouldn't be a big deal, you know? I was like, well, you know what? This is not for me. And then well, I still stayed in school. And I was like, you know what? I'll get as much money as I can because it's money. And then I'll invest every single penny because I did. And then when I graduate, we'll see where this goes. Yeah. And then Johnny took his life 1 year after I joined. Yeah, it took his life 1 year after I joined. He left a letter to me. He's like, I don't understand how you're such a light. I don't understand how you do it. It's like, well, how do I do it? I think my condition protects me a lot. Because, you know, the way I process things, like I see it, oh, I find it happen, I move on. Like the way I process things is like if it doesn't hit my three main thing, which is if it doesn't affect my finances, if it doesn't affect my safety and my ability to provide, it's irrelevant to me. So he goes, okay, fine, next. I think, yeah, my condition protected me from that. Unfortunately, Maurice didn't make it either because he was very reckless. You could put between the line. Saying yes to everything at some point is going to come back at you and bite you. And also, you know, when you grow up, you know, you have your standard changes. I'm like, look, I can't be friends with you like that. You can't be responsible with that. What do you mean? Like, come on. Grow up. Grow up. Maurice never wanted to grow up. And then Ty and I, what do you want to left? Ty works for a corporate company, darling. Still always good looking. Yeah, Ty's body was fire. Such a great shape. Still always good looking. Anyway, that's it for today. Goodbye. It's 2:20. What do I have planned for the rest of the day? First of all, I'm going to remove these clothes and take a shower. I'm going to brush my teeth. Because I'm drinking coffee. get on my iPod. First of all, you call. I have some phone calls to make. Then I'm going to do invoices. I haven't invoiced people. It's been almost a week. Nobody works for free, honey. Everybody get ready to open your wallets. And then I'm going to get ready for the gym. I'm going to exercise, work out, come back home, take a shower. They won't be back by then. Then I eat. After I eat, I prepare for the day tomorrow because I have to work. And then I'll just wait. Maybe I'll watch some Netflix or some YouTube until my daughter comes back home so I can embrace her in my arms and smell her face and bother her. She hates it. And I go, but she loves it when I play with her hair. Our bedtime routine with Olympia is we lay down on her bed. I can't believe it. I don't even fit in it. I'm like, this bed's going to break. And then because she likes to put her face in my boob. So we lay down on her bed and she put her face right here, right in my armpit. I guess my armpit smells good. Yeah, right in there, right? And then I take this hand and I go like that and I pull the hair out. Me and my hair fetish. It's not a fetish. And I go like that and I go like that. And she just, and then you can see her, like her eyes like that. Like right in my face, my boob. She's like that. Like she's like enthralled and, you know, the embrace and the security of her papa. And then in the process, I also fall asleep because it's so relaxing for me. And I'm also like that. And then and then we kind of pass out a little bit for and then like 20 minutes later, I go, oh wait, I'm sleeping. And I just turn her over. We work so hard for our daughter. We work so hard for our daughter. You know, when we did surrogacy, we had the first one didn't make it. We had a miscarriage the first time, and the news broke when we were on vacation. And it was my boy. It was from my sperm. And you know, she got pregnant. It was a good news. And then we flew to surrogate to get implanted. We flew her back. Everything was fine. And the checkup, they say, what's the hormone? HCG, whatever, dropped. And I was like, The doctor called us. It's like, just want to let you know, her hormone level is dropping. So we're going to go ahead and put some progesterone and increase it and see what happens. And we were like literally at the beach, at vacation in Myrtle Beach with my in-laws. I know. And I get the phone call. Chris is like, Alistair, come to the bedroom. I go, what's going on, baby? What's happening? Yeah, what's going on? And he's like, doctor wants to speak to us. I'm like, okay. It's like, bad news. And 24 hours later, she was having a miscarriage. Oh, so devastating, because then we had to go out there and pretend to be very happy. And, you know, it was the beginning of the vacation. And I was like, all right, you know, like we don't want to put a damper in the mood. So I tell my sister-in-law privately, but I won't tell the kids because, you know, they want them to have fun. And at the end of the vacation, we all got home. I said, you know, we miscarried and we were very sad about it, but at least didn't interfere with the fun. And then, you know, Christopher had four batch. He had 4. So I had 1 embryo. He had 4. And out of the 4, because afterwards we had a meeting with the doctor, and then we told the doctor, okay, what is, like, right now, forget about like which preference. Give us the one with the highest statistical match, success. That one. And Olympia was the first embryo to form. First one to form. And I always say, this girl, she's tough. She's first to form. And even if you've seen her personality, she tells you no. She tells you what she wants and doesn't want. She doesn't play. My daughter does not play. And she was the first one to develop. And when she implanted, it was like everything was just numbers through the roof. I I mean, I was like, this girl is like, I want to live! Bring me here now! And we were like, yes, 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 come here, come here, come here. The numbers were through the roof. Her pregnancy was amazing. She came early though. She was like, I want to get out now. I was like, okay, girl, okay, okay. She came early, 2 weeks early. And you know what the reason why she came early? Because doctors were like, I don't understand. She was too big for the cavity. She was 20 centimeters long. I was like, oh, I guess she's too big for the cavity. She came out with an attitude. Okay, honey, my daughter came out screaming and never stopped. She was like, feed me now. I mean, it was great. It was such an amazing moment. I found to try to look in the editing in a video. I'll show you a moment when me and Chris were like looking at each other like, wow, we did it, because it was such a very difficult journey to really get to it. And we did it. And you know, we drove 18 hours from New Jersey to Iowa. And we did it all in one go, and we were delirious. It was such a difficult drive. And then when we got there, we got to the hotel and we rested. And the nurses were like, you know, like, it's okay, we're trained for this. And I was like, no, don't touch my baby. Give me my baby now. And then I was like, well, I'm really tired now. You take the baby. And then we went to the hotel. We slept, we woke up, and we came back and we saw her. And it was at that moment that I felt really sad. I felt really sad because I felt like I was disrespecting my boy that I lost. Like, I'm so happy. And I feel like I'm taking away this happiness from you, my son. And, you know, we never really had the time to grieve him. And we did later on. Because then afterwards I was like, are we having a second one? Yeah, we have a second one. But we ended up not having a second one. And then there's not a day I feel very guilty about it. But I'll tell you the reason why. It's not the reason why it's not the financial reason. The reason why is because we got so lucky with a healthy baby. And Olympia was difficult. You know, we went through a lot of problems. She's okay now, but it was a journey to get there. And we're like, you know, we won the lottery with a healthy baby, despite the challenges. I don't think I can handle a repeat of Olympia if I get a kid with challenges. I don't think I can handle it. So my mental health will be affected. And besides, I have to raise another kid, right? And so, you know, we had to discard the remaining embryos. And I feel so guilty about that, because it may not seem like it, but I look at those embryos like my children, and it doesn't make sense because they're just clumps of cells. But when I look at Olympia and I go, you came from these clumps of cells, and I can see those clumps of cells, like literally I have pictures of them and I could see them. It just hurts knowing that I have to get rid of them. Originally, I kept them. I was like, okay, we're going to keep them in storage and we're going to create a will around them. And Christopher was like, Alistair, that's just unreasonable. I said, what do you mean? They're still frozen forever. He's like, listen to what you're saying. You're going to keep those embryos frozen forever? Are you out of your mind? And I was like, yeah, I guess I'm out of my mind. And then we were even toying around with the idea of donating the embryo to a family in the open donation. In other words, we're still part of the kid's life. And Chris said, I would feel very weird having another family raising my child, because it will be from his DNA. And he's like, we have a complicated life already. There's a lot of movement in our life. And then you want to add another layer of like keeping track with this other kid. And what if you don't agree with how this other kid is being raised? Like, it would just create another layer. And he's like, I don't feel comfortable having another family raising my kid, essentially. And I said, you're right. I mean, I didn't think about it like that. I didn't think about it like that, but you're right. So we're gonna have a funeral service for my babies. Just us here in the house. Me and Chris. Olympia will be watched. Just take a moment and thank them and appreciate them. It was so it's 2 boys and 1 girl. Press my boy. Tell my boys and my girl goodbye. My babies. And oh damn it. Oh damn it. Oh merde. I hate crying on camera because it's just a mess. And move on. I'm 39 years old. Please have a baby at 40 at your mind. A 40-year-old new father. What? Yeah. Olympia is plenty. My girl, and she's a fighter. Even with her challenges, you could see she doesn't accept it. She fights. I feel bad for her boyfriend or her girlfriend. Because you're going to have a girl with an opinion and 2 dads who supports her opinions. I foster that. You say no first. You think about it and then you can say yes. You don't please people because you want to please them. No. You do stuff you don't want to do in life if it's related to your betterment for the future. But just pleasing someone because you want them to like you, honey, that is 2000 and late. My girls would tell you, no, get away from me. You can call them bitches all you want. Okay? But sure, call her a bitch. Fine, there's 8 billion more people in the world who will like her. No, I am not. No, we're not. Nope. Nope. I mean, I can't protect her from everything, but what I can do is give her the tools to make sure that it would limit and mitigate the amount of abuse that she'll be subjected to. Not my girls. Not my girls. Not my girls. Although if I had a boy, it would be the same. Not my boy. Don't touch my boy. I am very protective, right? I even told my nephew that. My niece and nephew, I tell her all the time, I said, I want you guys to understand, you go through your life however you need to go to life. But remember, you don't have to do anything that will interfere with your morals and values. This is what I say, you drop everything down. Drop it. Take you 2 feet and come home. Don't worry about consequences. Drop it, come home. Let the grown-up deal with this mess. And they were laughing, and I really meant it. You know, yeah, my niece is gorgeous. My other nieces are going to grow up to be gorgeous. My nephews are gorgeous boys. Even my brother, you know, beautiful, tall, muscular men. Someone would take advantage of that. It's like, not my boys. Not my boys. As long as I'm alive, you have a problem. And that's me. Don't touch my family. Don't touch my family. Don't touch my family. Anyway, my God, 2:30. I've been here for an hour and a half talking to you about Sarah Boone. Thank you so much for listening. I apologize for these crazy rants. You know, I see you next time. All right. So this will come out hopefully by tomorrow, Sunday, or by Monday, and then live on next Friday. But I'll keep you all updated and posted. And then there's a pre-recorded video that I'm going to move down closer to Wednesday. All right. So if the timing or my looks look different, I apologize. It's pre-recorded. I love you so much.